Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivia, and this is the next video in my series called Did I Nail It?, where I look at upcoming nail polish collection drops, and I explore my collection of polishes that I already have to see if I can use what I already have to be able to duplicate or get at least somewhere close to polishes that I'm thinking of buying. And I'm recording this video series as a way to help educate and inspire other people to learn how to shop their own nail polish collections, make some more use out of what you already own, and just know that you can find new ways to use what you already have and not always need to buy the new thing that's coming out. So with this video, I'm looking at the upcoming release from Little Box of Horrors, which is one of the monthly or quarterly drops that are out there for indie nail polish makers and other types of indie makers for things like beauty products, who will come together and around a theme submit different nail polishes and other products that are available for purchase during that brief window. Now, for September, Little Box of Horrors is opening their website for wish listing on September 18th, and the store itself will open on September 22nd. Now, I'm recording this video a little bit early, I believe on the 17th, because I'll be traveling at the time when the site goes live. And so I wanted to make sure to get this video done and up for you all to watch. So the polishes that I'm referencing are taken from what I was able to see in the Little Box of Horrors Facebook group. Most of them do have descriptions with them, but know that if what you end up seeing on the Little Box of Horrors website happens to differ from what I saw in the Facebook group, that's just where that discrepancy comes in. But hopefully the pictures themselves will not change for these polishes, and you'll be able to see them up here in that corner as we go along, and I'll show you which ones I'm referring to. Okay, last thing I'll say before I get into this is that I prepared for this video by going through the images of polishes that were already showing and available in the Facebook group, and picked out a few that I was interested in that I might want to buy for myself. So in this video, I'm gonna see, do I really want to put it on my wish list? Can I dupe it? I will say there are going to be a lot of greens in this video. Green is one of my favorite nail polish colors, and yeah, I was pulling out all the greens for this. So if you're someone who loves green nail polish, you are in luck, because even if I don't happen to be able to dupe some of these polishes, we're gonna have some fun and see what we can do with these. So with that, let's get into it. The first polish from this month's Little Box of Horrors release that I'm gonna try to dupe is called Dark Room by Elbe Nail Polish. It's described as a green base with reflective silver pigment. And so I chose this one first because of all the ones that I picked out for this video, this one is by far, I think, gonna be the easiest one to try to dupe, because it's just like the description says, a green base with reflective silver pigment. Now I've pre-swatched 3 of these here with 3 green polishes that I pulled out from my collection. The first one being Crack Polish, Tulgey Wood. This is one of probably my top favorite greens that I have. It's a nice, rich forest green. And second one is Lenby Designs Captivating Campanile. I am hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. This one is more of a shimmer that has, I would describe this as far as the color, with like green with a little bit of yellow in there, and hopefully that's being picked up on the camera where you can see, compared to Tulgey Wood, there's a little bit more of yellow in there. The third one that I pulled out is from IL&P, and that one is Good Fortune. This is such a bright, vibrant emerald green, and I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick up this certain aspect of it, but I will say that Good Fortune does tend to have a little bit of hint of blue in it. You can really see the blue. Okay, so like you know, green is made up of blue and yellow, right? So I would say that between these two polishes, this one leans more with yellow coming out, this one leans more with the blue coming out, but they're all still green. Now, got these out here, and then we have my reflective silver glitter topper, which is called Out of Sequins by KB Shimmer. So we're just gonna go ahead and put this on there and see what we can get. I mean, I'm looking at the picture of Dark Room, and of the polishes that I've already got here, maybe like if I had something in between this one and that one, that would probably be the hint of green that's closest. The shade of green that's in Dark Room, I just don't have that exactly in my collection because I think it's one that doesn't play up well against my skin tone. But in any case, we're gonna do a little experiment, see what happens here. Okay, first up, Tolgi Wood. Okay. Ooh. Now, if you've never worked with a reflective glitter topper before, know that the effect is just very beautiful, very sparkly. In my experience, something like a reflective silver topper, it tends to work better on darker bases. If you put it over something lighter, sometimes you will see those speckles, more like the darker aspect of the speckles. So I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen when I put it on here. So far, I do like what I'm seeing. I think that with Dark Room though, I'm sensing that like that's a polish that is like chock full of reflective pigment. So I'm not really going to be able to get the same exact effect, but let's see what I can do with the second one, Captivating Campanile. All right, that looks good. Very nice and sparkly. I'm glad that it's not picking up that dark speckle as much as I was afraid that it might. You know, I wasn't going to show this, but like this is kind of on a tangent, but putting this aside, this right here is a swatch that I was swatching for another purpose earlier today. This is one swatch of cracked polishes. Oh, the linens one. What's the white one? Crinkled linens, followed by a coat of Mooncat's Green-Eyed Monster, and then followed by one coat of the Out of Sequins reflective glitter topper. Tomorrow night I'm going to a Lady Gaga concert, and I'm experimenting with like glow-in-the-dark nail polish, and I wanted to see how the reflective sequins would look over top of that. And so if you see here like how it's almost looking with a gray cast, and that's not from the Green-Eyed Monster in between there. This would be the same even if I just had the glitter over the white base. So the reason I just wanted to call that out is to let you all know, if you are trying to dupe this and test it out, like a reflective silver topper with a lighter shade of green, be cautious, because you will most likely see what I was just showing you there, where you're going to see some sparkle, but it's going to be at the expense of you seeing the dark gray. I don't know if it's the shadows that's making it visible, but just be aware of that. Okay, last one here, putting it over Good Fortune. Now, I will say, as I'm looking at this, like I mentioned a bit ago, none of these are going to give you that exact same like chock full of reflective silver glitter that I believe is the case in the Elbe. You could, if you wanted to, experiment with adding some more layers of the reflective silver topper. However, do know that reflective glitter can dry down with a very gritty finish, which is why I typically will use a glitter smoother over top of it whenever I wear it. And that's the case even when I just do one coat of a reflective silver topper. So I can only imagine how much chunkier it might be if you were to put more coats on it. So final verdict here for now, as I'm doing this in indoor lighting, I don't believe that any of these are an exact match for dark room. But I do think that this experimentation, I think that's the word, has helped me to get a better sense of which of these would look the best with a reflective silver topper. And of these, I'm actually surprised. The one that, at least in this indoor lighting, that I prefer is the one in the middle with the LBOH Designs Captivating Campanile. And that's a polish I really have not worn a lot. So now I'm inspired to give this combination a try and wear it sometime. So yeah, I'm gonna take this outside, see how it looks, and then I'll be back for the next polish. The next polish that I'm going to try to dupe is called Creekside Chills from Victorian Varnish. The description that I have of it so far says that it has been inspired by the haunted Hell's Gate Bridge in Oxford, Alabama, and it brings eerie vibes with its murky base, glowing shimmer, and shifting flakes. Also notes that it's gorgeous in both a glossy and matte finish. Now with this one, I was drawn to it because okay, I mean this in a really nice way. It looks like a swamp. I love that about this polish. It's giving swamp. And we're entering the time of year where swamp vibes are just something that I'm very much drawn to. I love how it looks like you get the pond effect, but with little pops of green and yellow. So let's see what I can do. This one, I feel like I might be able to get close. And I also want to say that I think one of the things I mentioned in my previous Did I Nail It video was that I'm doing this in real time, in the sense that I've pulled these polishes out from my collection because I think that they'll probably get me somewhere, but I haven't yet tested the combinations out to see how they work. So my reactions that you're going to see are very much authentic. So as far as the base goes, the first one that I've pulled out is one that I'm getting quite a lot of use from in these videos, Cracked Polish Liquid Smoke. It is a jelly polish. It is just stunning with its capabilities to give just like a nice brown gray dusty vibe to your manicure. Second one is called Zoya's Althea, and this one is more of a like crelly to cream polish, like an olive green. For liquid smoke, I built these up in 3 coats each, and for the Zoya Althea, I built these up in 2 coats each. Now, moving these to the side a bit, the next part of our experiment, I've pulled out 2 different green polishes that I'm just now realizing are both from Gin and Berries. Gin and Berries makes excellent flake polishes, and if you have not yet bought anything from them, I highly encourage you to take a look through their collection, see what might appeal to you, see when they have a sale. It's just very good stuff. Okay, the first green one that I'm going to test out is called Queen Bee. It's actually a magnetic polish, but for the sake of this test, I'm not going to be magnetizing it. Though, if it works, I mean, that could be something that I test later on, but we'll see. And the other one is called Might Be a Gecko This Size, which I'm thinking this one might get us closer to Creekside Chills because of how it has more hints of yellow in there compared to Queen Bee. So for science, as you can probably guess, what I'm gonna do is put one, like, you know what I'm saying, right? Like I'm gonna put one, like, queen bee, gecko, queen bee, gecko, and let's see how we go. Okay, let's start with queen bee over liquid smoke. Oh, okay. I forgot how green this one is. No, that's wrong. It's not that it's green. Okay. You see that there are like some little green flakes in there, right? But I'd forgotten that the green pretty much takes over whatever is underneath it, which is not bad, but it may not directly give us what we're looking for, at least as it is here. Let's try queen bee over Althea. It's probably gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna see. Right there. Okay. Yup. I mean, if I really wanted to compare these and be very I mean, I am comparing these, that's what the whole video is about. Maybe you can see that because Althea is darker of a base than what we have for liquid smoke, I do see that the color of queen bee over top of it is more saturated, but you know, this was one I pulled out just to see what would happen. I don't think that it's going to give us what we're looking for. So now let's go over to might be a gecko this size. What I was missing with the test with queen bee was seeing not just like the presence of multiple colors of flakes, but just seeing more flakes. And I have some faith in this one. Let's see. Oop, okay. All right. This is better though. Let me just make sure I'm getting that on all sides. Okay, so this might be a gecko this size over top of cracked liquid smoke. And you can already see the difference in the amount of flakes that are present in might be a gecko this size. This is looking a lot closer to what I'm trying to get in Creekside chills. So I'm feeling good about this. Let's continue this test by putting might be a gecko this size over Zoya's Althea. Okay, yeah. What I'm seeing so far here is very similar to that comparison that I made for the difference with this swatch and that one. How because of the deeper saturation in the base color that the flakes are being put over on top of, it's causing you to see a slight difference in saturation. So I think I'm gonna call it quits for the queen bee ones because those just did not have the amount of flakes or the color of flakes that I wanted. But now going back to the reference photo of Creekside chills and how I mentioned it's like a swamp. So we have the base, we have flakes, and now what we need to do is get the cover over our swamp. So for that, because our cracked polished liquid smoke is a jelly that is intended to do exactly things like this, what I'm gonna do now is see what happens when I put liquid smoke over our two swatches with might be a gecko this size. If I had to make a prediction as to which one will end up looking the closest to Creekside chills, I would maybe guess, interestingly, the Zoya base, just because it's darker and maybe that'll help the flakes to come through more clearly. I don't know, but let's see. First, let's put it over our swatch that had the liquid smoke base. Ooh. Okay. Yes, that is good. I'm just laughing at These are like the reactions that I do. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I like that. That is a swamp right there. Oh, that is cute. Okay, now I gotta try it over here too. And I hope that, you know, as you're watching these videos, I really want these videos to feel like you're just sitting down with a friend, just looking and talking about nail polish and testing things out, just being nice and cozy. Okay, we've got these two. Ooh, you know what? I was wrong. I think that because of the darker color that we had underneath this one with Althea, that is resulting in liquid smoke, like dusty gray brown color, not coming through as clearly as it is over here when we had liquid smoke as our base. And so as I'm looking at these and, you know, making sure to move the swatch around to get a sense of how it's looking from different angles, yeah, this is going to be our winner here. I feel very confident about the dupe for this. So once again, this was in my case, this was 2 coats of Cracked Polish's liquid smoke, followed by 1 coat of Gin and Berries, might be a gecko this size, followed by 1 coat of liquid smoke again. And if you don't have those exact polishes in your collection, use something similar that's close to what you have. I really like this combination. I think it's close enough of a dupe for me to not need to buy Creekside chills. So as always, I'm going to take this outside to see how it looks, and let's go on to the next one. The next polish that I'm going to try to dupe is called Haunted Cornfield by Dark and Twisted Lacquer. It has been inspired by a haunted cornfield, and it's described as a jade green with glowy orange and gold shimmer. Quick side note, I live in the Midwest, and Clown in a Cornfield is by far one of my favorite horror movies that I saw this year. So I think I was partially drawn to this polish because of that name. But if you're looking for a fun horror movie to watch this spooky season, Clown in a Cornfield, you won't regret it. I mean, or maybe you will, but just watch it and let me know what you think of it. Okay, for this, for our base, I'm starting with Cracked Polish Black Jade. This, y'all, is such a stunning color here. It is just, I mean, it's absolutely what it says, Black Jade, and as all of Monique, the maker of Cracked Polishes, as all of her creations are, just very high quality and so smooth, easy to work with. As for toppers, I pulled out 3 different options from my collection, which I will describe as being, this could kind of maybe work. This one is not at all. I don't know why I pulled this one out. I think I'm just curious to see what will happen, but it's probably going to be a no. And if any of these are going to work, it's probably this one. So let's start with the first one, which is Cirque Colors Nectar. Very nice, sparkly gold shimmer polish. I don't think I've used it before with Black Jade, so it'll be interesting to see how this looks. Now, what I'm going for here, what I'm trying to match, is seeing if I can get that glowy orange and gold shimmer that's being described in the polish. So let's see what happens first with Nectar. Okay. Yeah, if you don't have Nectar in your collection and you've never used it before, do know it, I mean, it's very gold, very, very sparkly. I don't necessarily think that it's the right fit for being a dupe of Haunted Cornfield, but I could totally see myself wearing this combination sometime during the Christmas season. So yay for finding that out. Next one is going to be the one where I'm just like, I honestly don't know why I pulled this out. Okay, it's a shimmer, but okay, it's from Fancy Gloss, and it's called Let It Glow Red Pink. So I mean, this is a red pink shimmer. The description for Haunted Cornfield is orange gold. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I don't really have a lot of orange gold toppers, so I'm just curious. Let's do it for science. See what happens. Maybe we'll get a happy accident. Oh, that's really red. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty, but it is not at all close to a Haunted Cornfield. It is this is a very red and pink topper. I don't know why I was thinking that maybe it's gonna look orange if I put it on. No, it wasn't. So let's just pretend that one did not happen. And the last one that I'm gonna try is called Vortex from Lumen, which it's one of these polish types that you'll probably see very frequently if you follow the monthly polish drops like Hella Handmade Creations, Polish Pickup, and so on. Having this kind of like gray dusty base with some gold orange shimmer in here. Now, it's been a while since I've worn this one, and I don't even know if I've worn it. I know I swatched it. Let's just say it's been a while since I swatched it, and I don't recall if it's a polish that is going to go on very opaque, or in which case we may not end up seeing the black jade base underneath, or will it go on somewhat sheer? And ideally, if this goes on sheer, we'll hopefully get the result that we want from being able to see that orange and gold shimmer. So let's see. And you can probably understand why I'm like, when I started, I was like, this is gonna be the easy one. We're gonna start easy. And then I love flakes, so that one wasn't that difficult either. And now, I mean, but hey, this is why I'm making these videos, to help other people learn. Okay. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay, so like, isn't this exactly what I said was gonna happen? Where it was gonna be one of two things. Door number one was it was gonna be so opaque that we're gonna get the gold and orange shimmer, but we're not gonna see anything underneath. Or door number two was it's gonna go on sheer, it's gonna be lovely and dainty. Wow, this is opaque. So, in summary, for my attempt to dupe a Haunted Cornfield, this, I would say, is an example of where I apparently do not possess anything in my collection that would allow me to successfully dupe that. So now it becomes a question for me, just to give you some more of my thought process as I look at these monthly polish drops. Knowing that I tried several times to dupe this and I couldn't quite get there. What I'll do now is I'll keep that on my wish list and I'll think about it for a few days. I'll think, do I want to do, like, how often would I realistically wear that polish that I'm considering buying? Now, I know with Little Box of Horrors, it can be a difficult thing to ask because in my experience, the Little Box of Horrors caps, meaning like the maximum number of bottles that a maker will have available for a particular polish, those tend to be a lot lower compared to other monthly polish drops. So as I'm, at least from what I'm referencing from the Facebook group, I'm seeing that it says there's a cap of only 35 bottles, which is very low. So if I do decide, you know what, this is a color combination that I really want to be able to wear, I might buy it, but we'll see. As for now, Yeah, this is why I make these videos, so that you all can see it doesn't always work out the way that I want it to, but I learned something new along the way. So like the next time if there's a polish where I'm trying to get that or that, I'll know what to use. Yay! Anyway, on to the next one. The next polish that I'm going to try to dupe is called Ethereal Estate by Zombie Claw Polish. This one is described as being or having a light gray base that glows in the dark white with neon orange and green glitters with black flakies. Okay, so a couple things here. First, you can see why I did not start with this one as the first one. I like to work my way up. I like to feel some confidence build as I go through this. This one is a little bit more complex. The second thing is that the only glow-in-the-dark polish that I currently have is Mooncat's Green-Eyed Monster here, which works very, very well to glow in the dark. But the issue with this, and the reason why I'm not including it in this test here, is that it has a very strong white color to it. And if you look at the reference photo of Ethereal Estate, this one really just sticks with that light gray base. So I'm gonna put Green-Eyed Monster to the side. For my purposes of this right here, I'm disregarding the glow-in-the-dark aspect of it and more so just looking to see from these components that are in it, and based on what I have that's similar to it, can I get close enough to it? And knowing that I don't have anything that has those exact shapes or sizes of glitter for like the green and the orange, my test here is really to just use what I have and make that combination of colors and everything here, so that if it does look close to it, I can then ask myself, okay, is this something that I would be satisfied to wear as this is with what I got? If so, and if that's good for me, I don't need Ethereal Estate. Or the question I might ask myself would be, you know, if it turns out I do like these colors, but I feel like I absolutely need to have the way that it looks in the picture, then that's something I will consider at that time, as far as keeping it on my wish list. Okay, so look who's back. Cracked. Liquid smoke. No one saw that coming. Oh no, I really hope I don't get to the point where I start making my polished bottles talk. I will try not to do that. We'll try. I'll try. So I started with 3 coats of that here. I did 3 coats of it because I wanted it to have a little bit more opacity, and so that I know we're going to be building this up and putting more things on it, but I wanted opacity, so that's why I started with 3. And it looks like these glitters are, they're mixed into the polish, so it's not like they're layered in any particular order, but I'm going to start with my green first. The green that I have is a lovely green flake topper from Rogue Lacquer called Emerald Owl. And open this up here. If I remember correctly, the last time I used it, it's a very generous topper in that you get a lot with one swipe. Let me see if I'm correct in that being the case. Yup, it's good, but it does spread out. So it's workable. I like it. It gives you green without it gives you green while still being able to see the base color that's underneath it, so it doesn't take that up completely. Okay, so far, I mean, like I mentioned, this is not going to be an exact dupe because this is green metallic emerald green flaky shreds, whereas Ethereal Estate has these neon lime circle green glitters. But we're gonna see what we can do. Moving on to orange. I've got this one from Spectrum Cosmetics called Jack-O-Lantern. I love this polish for the fall season. Now, this is where it's gonna get a little bit interesting, because what you might not be able to tell just from looking at the bottle from the outside, but this will become more apparent once I take the brush out, is that it's a very orange base. So you get the orange and gold glitter, but it comes with an orange, an orange colored base. So when I put this over top of this, it's going to make it orange. And just to go a few steps ahead, my plan is to put on Jack-O-Lantern, go on to my black flake topper, and then if it still is not looking the way I want it to, I was going to do like a jelly sandwich and go back to cracked liquid smoke and put that back on top and see. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more of the glitter in there. Okay, you know what? That actually wasn't as bad. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. Okay. It did put a little bit of orange cast on it, but it didn't completely drench it in orange. So I can still tell that it has a gray base. Okay, I might have been freaking out for nothing. I think it might be because, if I remember correctly from how I previously used this polish, I think that the orange color cast doesn't show up as strongly when you put it over more light to neutral backgrounds. Whereas if I were to put this over black, you would see that it's orange. So that's okay for now. Okay, and the last flake topper I'm gonna put on is one that I believe I used in my last video. Cracked Polish Mascara Flakes, one of my favorite toppers. It's so versatile. It is just so good. Like, if you are wearing a cream polish and you're just like, I need something to jazz this up, but you don't want to go all over the place, use this. And I mean, you can see that, like, in order for me to get polish out of it, I have to tilt it because it's either at half or below half at this point. Okay. So now we're gonna get our black flakes in here. See what this does. Oh. Okay. Let me look back at Ethereal Estate. Okay, so this could be a case where, depending on how, like, what your preference is for which of these colors you want to be more prominent, you might want to reorder how you test this out. So I think the next time that if I were to test this out again, I would probably do the black flakes first, so that there's more of a chance of the green and orange glitters covering them up. I'm fine with it as it is now, but it's just a very small thing that I would change in the future, at least just to test it out and see if there is a difference. Okay, I am pretty happy with this right now, and like, look at that sparkle. Oh, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. For now, what I want to do is put another coat of liquid smoke over top of this and see how that looks. And what I'll do also, before I take this outside to show in the sunlight, I'm going to replicate this in the exact same order over here, so that if it turns out to be the case that adding the jelly topper completely covers up the sparkle, we'll still have this one to refer to that'll be there, so we can see. But I do want to show you all what it looks like if I put a liquid smoke over top of it. Okay. okay, I know I said I love the swamp. I love a good swamp. Yeah, like I can still see the orange, but this was a polish where I don't want swamp from this. I want sparkle. It's not to say you can't sparkle and be in a swamp, but yeah, that's not what I was going for here. So what I'm gonna do again, I'm gonna duplicate over here, so we can have that. As far as do I think that I need Ethereal Estate? My answer is most likely no. I feel that I enjoy the combination of Emerald Isle and Jack-o'-lantern and mascara flakes together enough that I don't need to buy another polish that has similar vibes to it. I'm good with what I have. So I'm going to duplicate over here and get that going, and we'll move on to the next one. So one quick note about the additional swatches that I did here. I kind of messed up the order, but this is the one here on the end is where it's exactly the same order as this one, just without putting liquid smoke on top. So this was in order of application: Emerald Owl, the green one, Jack-o'-lantern, the orange one, and then mascara flakes, the black one. This one here, it ended up being very Emerald Owl heavy, but this is where I started with mascara flakes first, then put on Emerald Owl, and then added Jack-o'-lantern on top. And despite it being very green heavy, this one does accomplish what I was hoping to have it do, where the black flakes tend to go more into the background, and then the green and orange come out on top. So I really love this combination here, and I'll definitely be wearing it at some point this season. And the last polish for this video that I'm going to try to dupe will be Flames Below from Witchcult Nail Lacquer. I saved this one for last because you'll hear from this description, it is by far the most complex one, and there's a lot of moving pieces in here, and we'll see what we can do. This one is described as having a clear base with strong red-orange shimmer, red and black microflakes, orange, pink, gold ghost flakies, red, bronze, copper, chameleon flakies, and apricot reflective glitter. And there's a note that it can be worn alone in 2 to 3 coats as shown in the swatch photos, or you can also do it as a topper. Now, wow, this one is very beautiful. I'll say that I sometimes have a tendency to buy polishes like this that have this kind of like orange yellow glow, but then I never wear them. So why am I thinking of buying another one? I don't know. I really don't know. Well, no, I do know. It's pretty. It's sparkly, and I kind of want it, but I want to see if I can nail my attempt at trying to duplicate it. So for starters, the first polish that I have here as a base, and all of these are done in 2 swatches. The first one on the left is Vortex from Lumen, which we used earlier in an attempt that we're not going to speak of right now. Oh no, it's sneaking back into the screen. Let's put that back. Okay. Next we have Ethereal Candlelight. That's the one in the middle. And then the third one on the right is Bee's Knees Lacquer Lemon. So I'm going to move those to the side, and now I'm going to bring in the polishes that I have pulled out from my collection that I want to see how it goes on top. And yeah, for this I'm really going to say I don't have a plan, so that's what I'm going to talk out loud. I've got an iridescent flake topper. I think that usually works best. Like if you're gonna do an iridescent flake topper, you want to put that on first. But then I also have this like gold copper shifting dark flake topper. I have Cirque Nectar, which we talked about earlier, and then I have Starly's Golden Starlight, which is a reflective gold topper. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Spectrum Cosmetics. This is Firefly from Hell. Let's just start here before we go into all the other ones, because I know I want to do this one first. And if you take a look and see, it does have a nice like red orange shift going on. So we'll see what happens when we put it on top of this. Okay. So far, it's not really making that much of a difference, which is fine. It's giving a little bit more texture though. So there's that. Yep, same here. It's right now, we're just giving a little bit more visual texture. These types of iridescent flake toppers, by the way, tend to show up best when you're putting them over darker polishes. Like sometimes if I'm feeling really lazy, but I still want to be cute and like colorful, I'll just put on a black cream polish and then put an iridescent flake topper like this on top of it, and bam, it's a great combination. Okay, so we've got that one out of the way. Now I think that I'm going to want to, for the same reason that I mentioned with the previous dupe attempt, how I wanted the darker mascara flakes, black flaky topper to go more into the background. For that reason, I think that's why I'm going to go with this one next. So this is KB Shimmer, Take It or Leave It. Okay. Let's see what this does. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. This one is, whenever I see the bottle of Take It or Leave It, sometimes I get concerned that, oh, it's gonna just have so many flakes when I actually apply it. But it's not, like, this is good. This is looking really great so far compared to the photos. Oh my goodness. Let's go over to Candlelight. Okay, same thing here, even though I think a little bit more flakes got picked up on that one. So as with any flake topper, you do want to just check your density, and just sometimes you get a little bit more, and that's fine. And lastly, let's put this over Lemon. Ooh, that's a lot. Oh, I can spread it out. Okay. Okay. So far, this looks okay. It's, I often talk about, like, what's the vibe that I'm getting from a polish? Like, if it's a polish, the new polish that I see that I'm thinking of buying, often it's because there's a certain vibe that I'm getting from it that I want to have. And this, to me, Flames Below, I was drawn to it because it looks like the vibe of leaves falling on a sunny day. And with any kind of dupe attempt, when I ask myself, did I nail it? I ask, does this look like that same vibe so far? Does this look like leaves falling on a sunny day? And I would say yes. Y'all, I'm surprised. This is going well. Okay. Let's close up this one. And between my last two here, I'm gonna go with Nectar next. So this is same from before, Cirque Colors Nectar. It's gonna give just a little bit more of a gold shimmer over everything. Okay. So starting with Vortex. Oh yeah, There's like, just, especially if I go left to right, you can see there's a little bit more sparkle there that wasn't there before. You can compare that to the Candlelight swatch, which doesn't yet have that. Let's go over to Candlelight. Add that in. Okay, yeah, we're getting some sparkle here too. Okay. Now our last one, Bee's Knees Lacquer Lemon, already does have some, I believe, silver reflective glitter as part of it. But you know what? We're gonna give it more glitter because you can never have enough glitter. I mean, you probably can, but like not in this case. I think also, because the lemon coats are further on the bottom, putting nectar on is going to help to give it some more sparkle that to replace what has been covered up. Okay. I am so y'all, I saved this one for last because I thought it was going to be the worst. I'm stunned at how close this looks. Okay. To bring it on home, we've got Starly, Golden Starlight. It is a golden reflective glitter that I love. It adds even more sparkle, and I think if anything, I don't see this hurting what we already have here. It's not like I'm afraid of putting something on here that's just gonna completely take it in a direction that I didn't want. If anything, it's just gonna make it even more sparkly. So let's put it over Vortex first. I mean, yeah, you're really just adding more sparkle. Nectar and Golden Starlight are very similar. I guess one of the main differences though is just like the color of the golden. Like the nectar on the left is a little bit more of like a yellow golden, whereas Starly on the right, it does look yellow in certain angles, but it's more of like yellow but also brown gold. So it's actually not bad, I think, to use the two of them together here because they're both sparkly, but they're different. So I can justify that. Okay. I can't remember. Did I put it over Candlelight? Oh, I am now. Okay. And then let's put it over Lemon. So, okay, what's the verdict here? Now, the three base polishes that I started with, Vortex, Candlelight, and Lemon, if I can bring those back up to the forefront, I feel that these three, especially Lumen and Ethereal, these two are just very similar to each other. And that's what you're seeing in the end result. Candlelight, as you can see in the bottle, does look slightly darker, and that is being reflected here. Lemon, on the other hand, I would say, and you can probably tell that from looking here, does not have as great of opacity compared to Vortex and Candlelight. So based on what I'm seeing just indoors, if I had to choose one of these that I think is going to give me the closest dupe to Flames Below, I would choose the one that has Vortex just because it's lighter. Okay, here's what's happening. I would choose Vortex as the one that's closest to Flames Below because it has a lighter yellow color to it. However, if I'm asking myself which one of these would I prefer to wear, it would actually be Candlelight, I think, because of that richer color in there. And seeing how the deeper yellow really plays up well against the flakes that have been put on top of it. So did I nail it? Yeah, I think I did. But now the question is, do I need Flames Below? I mean, considering that I have not just one, but 3 different base polishes that look like this, I'm really okay with this here. This is one that I can admire for what it is and the inspiration, but I don't have to buy it. So I'm very, very happy with how this one turned out. And so that brings us to the end of this video. I had a fun time, as always, talking through my process for looking at the inspiration photos, going through my collection, seeing what I could pull out and try to combine together. And I really hope that this video was not just fun to watch, but also informative and educational, and helping you to feel motivated to explore your own collection and see what you have in there. If you are thinking of purchasing anything from this month's Little Box of Horrors, I'd love to hear what. Feel free to add a comment below, especially if any of your polishes that you're wish listing are some of the ones that are represented here. Did you happen to see anything here that's inspiring you to try to dupe it yourself? So that's all for this video. Thank you again so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.